anything in particular that you want to talk about first?
No.
No?
Not right now.
Okay.
I don't
I can think of at least.
specifically. I'm thinking about starting to, well, I was talking to you about it earlier, putting together a website because I don't have one. I've kind of been totally slacking on all of the stuff that I should have been doing probably all along, but any ideas for putting that together?
Okay. So a website like a website about
like coaching specifically, and I want to include, like, of course, more personal stuff. I want to be able to include all the videos and stuff I do for them to be able to stay up there, and maybe a blog where I can talk a little bit more about each thing, because on Instagram it's kind of hard because I'm only able to post like limited things, and
right.
So I want to be able to talk more about specific things that maybe people are interested in, maybe be able to like ask what people are interested in and be able to put it all on there.
Okay.
It's hard to post everything to Instagram because you're limited to like a single picture, and then it goes away.
Yeah. So are you setting up, or is somebody setting up for you?
No, I was going to set it up. I was looking at Wix.
Yeah.
Is a free service.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't use WordPress.
Okay.
Don't use WordPress. I guess it was last year or the year before. I don't even remember. I think it was last year. One of my friends from high school, she's a graphic designer, so she set one up for me. I paid her to do it because I had no idea what I was doing. And she did it on WordPress. They can't see you, don't worry. He's in his undies.
Brian always does that.
So I am the worst person to ask any advice about a website. I will be completely honest. So there's different things about websites, like my opt-in page that I just made. That's great.
Yeah.
But when it comes to websites, I'm the worst, because this is probably because I have WordPress, but the only thing I can do on mine is really just update what my social media already has on there.
Right.
So, but I know the people who are successful, which is not me, with their web page, they are really more using it like a blog and posting content on there that's not on their social media.
Right.
So I would totally use it as like a blog. And there are coaches. What I modeled mine off of was people who also aren't successful with theirs. Allie and Mindy Lawhorn, I looked at theirs and I was like, this looks pretty. And it has nothing. Nobody visits their pages. Nobody visits my pages. So I would research people who are good at blogging, and because that can be huge, especially since you're not on Facebook, so that could be, like you said, a big out. So I'm not with this one because I'm horrible at it.
Yeah.
But if you use it, like how you can put, on Instagram, your website or whatever, because people are going to be so much more likely to visit. People visit my website. They just don't do anything on it because it's not cool. But if you have like specific calls to action on there, like good stories, good content, then they're going to go to it and find something. But they're more likely to go to that than our Beachbody pages. Nobody's going to go to a Beachbody page.
Right. So. Well, that's what I'm thinking, because I think especially when they go to the Beachbody page, it's so salesy. So it's like, that's great. But typically they go there just to place their orders. So at least from my experience, the people that go there for me just go to place their order. They don't go there for anything else. So if I could even just put that in there as a link, then that would be great. They could go there and say, hey, here's the steps. Go place your order here.
Right.
Orders or whatever, create that as like a go-to spot. But I want to be able to talk about different things, between all like the freemiums and all that stuff. So.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. I think that'll help like organize everything in one spot for you. That's cool.
Yeah, I think so too, because I feel like I kind of have everything all over the place right now between I went to Google Forms and did the whole opt-in thing. So I did that last week, which I got some hits for that. So that was good. But and then on top of that, it's like I have the ACEO. So that's great, but that's something else, So I need one place where I can kind of put it all together.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's too hard trying to do it on Instagram because you have to change the one link that you get to use, and
I know.
it's such a pain in the butt. I wish they would let you do multiple, but just the one is such a pain. I'm like, really, one link? Yeah. And then you have to put it all in there just right, or else it looks funny. Like you have to put everything in your notes to be able to put it in there correctly. So
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's talk about getting your coaches to Emerald. So I hate August. I hate August. I hate it. August is always the hardest month for me personally. We're not talking about team. For me personally, it's always the hardest month. I hate August because everybody talks about how busy they are and how broke they are in August. And it's Brian. They always talk about they're so busy and they're so broke. I'm like, okay, if I hear that one more time, I'm gonna scream.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's when I hear the most no's. I just hate August. So yeah, that's my soapbox. Anyways, I don't even know. Let's talk about how to get your people to Emerald. So as far as a team goes, usually it's a pretty good month for everybody else besides me. So looking back on all of my coaches who have become Emerald, there's very few who have honestly just kind of done it on their own. The people who have done it on their own are obviously like the leaders in the team, like y'all. However, there are other people who, have been Emerald for forever, or they are Emerald one week and then the next week they're not. And then, Brian just made a cameo too. Are you trying to make a cameo? Our husband.
They're feeling left out.
There's this forehead.
Hi, Arian.
Show them your undies. No, that wouldn't be. I'm recording this, so.
I know.
Okay. I was doing Periscope the other day, and he was like in the background cussing on purpose. I was like, "This is live. I can't do that." So for the most part, people are going to need help getting to Emerald. So I have some ideas. This is stuff that I've used of how to get your coaches to Emerald. So the first thing that I always tell them is so obviously for the people who've had great results, some of them are so hesitant to share their story. And for some of them, it's because they don't feel like they're important enough, I guess, or they don't want any light shined on them. So it's going to take you giving them a shout out. So reaching out to those people who you think would be an awesome coach because they've had great results and you've talked to them about it before, but they're like, oh, no, I don't know. You're going to have to do it for them because they're not going to do it. So get a before and after picture, and it can be fully clothed. It does not have to be the legit before and after picture, but you can tell them like, dude, like you've inspired me, and like you're a leader in our challenge group, and people like you're the person that I talk about when I tell people like, yeah, you can do this because so-and-so did this. And so like, you're the person I tell people about, if you build them up, then they're going to kind of be like, okay. And especially, when it comes to inspiring other women, I think women are a lot more likely, if they hear like, oh, wait, I can help somebody else do this who they think they can't do it, So there's that type of personality, right? Or that person who doesn't really want the recognition. They don't really want the spotlight. But if you're like, hey, you're going to be able to help somebody doing this, then when you post, about them or whatever, tag them in it, of course. People are going to see it, and people are going to ask how they can join. So the people who end up joining are going to go under them, and that's how you can get them to Emerald. So there's that idea. Then there's going to be coaches who they want to put themselves out there. They just suck at posting. So you're going to help them create a post. They might be posting their transformation story. They might be posting just about a challenge group in general. But this is the person who's not afraid to put themselves out there. They want to do it. In other words, you don't have to give them a shout out. You can. But they want to do it. But you know that they either don't really post to social media or they just kind of suck at it, and you want people to see it and know what they're talking about. They're the person that like posts something and they're like, did my workout? And there's like, no.
Oh my gosh, I have one that does the exact same thing every day.
Please, like,
same one.
Emotion to it. I'm sweaty. Like, nobody cares. So they need help because they have a great story, but nobody knows what it is. So if you help them, you know, put the feelings and words to it, then it's going to help people be attracted to them. Another way is the people in your group who are like, dude, I want to stay in your group, struggling to pay for Shakeology. You know, these are the people that you want to talk to about the how to get your Shakeology paid for, because if you really want to do it, then bring people in with you and you'll start making money. And then the other people, sometimes people who are rock stars, they just won't commit. They still like are putting you here, right? Like they're here and you're here. So they're like, I don't want to do this because I have this going on and I don't want to do that. So if you ask them for help and be like, hey, our challenge group's gotten really big, or, you know, you have like some really great answers and I didn't even know that. Like I learned that from you because of your post on the page. Like that's really cool. I'm wondering if you can like help me with the next challenge group. I know Allie does this really well as far as making people like apprenticeships or whatever, interns for her next challenge group. So asking people for help, basically you're trying to show people, hey, I think you're awesome, even though you might not know you're awesome or you don't know what to do with your awesome. So let's figure that out. So those are just some ideas.
Do that with Cameron because I feel like she's right there, but she doesn't want to do it because she feels like I'm already doing it and she's in the group with me and we're working with the same people at work. So that's how she looks at it. She's like, oh, you got it. So she would be awesome at it. I'm constantly going through her stuff because she's in marketing. And I was asking her exactly today on the website stuff. And I'm like, you would do awesome at this. I don't know why you're not doing it.
Right.
But
and Cameron, the great thing about that is she's got a big social media reach, you know, like
I know.
Facebook, she has a big Instagram following. It's like, hey, I'm only one person and I can only reach so many people. So if we want to bring in more people and like really make a difference, then we need to use your social media.
I know. I've got to figure out something else to get her to do it because she's pretty much said she'd do it, but then every time I reach out to her, she doesn't respond really to the coaching stuff. And
write it for her. So if you ask her, you can even use the post that she already posted like a few months ago of her physical transformation.
Oh, I know. It was awesome.
You're beautiful. So let's like show people that again, you know?
Yeah.
Ask for that and be like, I want to feature you on my Instagram page. Would you let me do that? I mean, she's going to say yes, you know, and then you tag her in it and then all of her friends see it and everybody that knows both of y'all see it. And then boom, 2 people under her. There you go. You know?
Yeah.
So I think, you know, she's willing, which is great, but she's not going to do it unless you do it for her.
Okay.
Yeah. Roxanne, how do you feel about doing that with Melody?
I think she does good posts. She's just the most inconsistent human in the universe.
Yeah.
Like she reminds me of Lexi. So I think that's a really good idea with her. Maybe plan out like a week with her. Right. Or like 2 or 3 weeks of posting and stuff, and teach her how to schedule it and all that stuff. That might help.
Yeah.
Because what I've learned, and she's never, like, she is not afraid to put herself out there, but when she hears the no, it's like the most terrifying thing in the world to her.
Right.
Like, she won't. Well, I actually learned she wasn't even drinking Shakeology for a while, not consistently. And so she wouldn't, like, people, my brain's not working, who are objecting to the price. Like, she's not going to convince them it's worth the money. She's not even paying for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's a good idea with her. But she was going through a coach training. She was going to do the 7-day thing. And then when I left, we decided she's going to stop. And then today we started again.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. And, like, we're communicating every single day.
Yeah. She's one of
about
those
every little task.
extreme cases of, like, super hand holding.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Which is fine. I'm down with doing that with her because she's into it.
Yeah. Okay, good. And then you have Latney, who's just like, emerald overnight. So
Yeah.
that was awesome.
That was her goal in the first week.
Yeah.
And she did it.
Cool. Very cool.
So she's got a group starting, and I mean, I think she's going to be, like, good stuff.
Yeah. And then the last thing I want to say is, like, obviously, just like every one of your challengers is different, y'all already know every one of your coaches is so different too. So not only do you have to work with them differently as far as, like, the people that you have to hold their hand and then the people who can just do it, but you've got to figure out what motivates them. Like, obviously for Cameron, we look at Cameron and we're like, you could freaking kill this, like, it's no brainer. Like, you could kill this, but she doesn't see it that way because maybe she's not motivated by the same things that we are,
Right.
But, it did feel good. I know it did whenever she had all those shout outs for her transformation story. So maybe if she puts herself out there more, then that'll help. But yeah, so
she's been posting, and she works out with me every day, so I know she's doing it. And we actually have a blender at work now, so we all make our Shakeology at work. And we're pretty much getting everybody on board at our job with it. So it's there. She's just not, I don't think she knows how to sell it, to do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, which is hard. I mean, that's the hardest part, I think, of everything is getting from, like, okay, here we are chit-chatting, and then now you got to step over the line and commit,
Right.
So yeah, that's hard for anybody. So but yeah, not everybody, it's not going to be money for everybody that motivates them. It's not going to be, recognition for everybody that motivates them. And some people are going to be like, I've literally had people tell me before, I'm not really a people person, so I don't really want to help other people. So I was like, oh, okay, it's probably not for you then. But yeah, so you just have to figure out what motivates them, because it's not just getting them to Emerald, it's also helping them move past that, if that's really their goal. So okay, so it's August 12th. So we have like 19 more days in the month. So it's kind of still, the snowball is still rolling. You know what I mean? Because school is about to start, and then it's going to be September. September and October are usually bigger months than August before the holidays.
I feel like the summer's been tough.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know this is such an excuse, but I am just going to say it. I know it's because Summit is later now. When Summit was in June, it was so much easier because you had so much more momentum June and July. So and next year it's going to be even later. But we've got to work around it. We've got to figure it out. So, but yeah, that's all I have.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for being on.
No problem.
All right, guys. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.